After 15 months of relentless conflict between Israel and Hamas, Qatar has announced a breakthrough ceasefire deal that promises to halt the violence and deliver much-needed relief to the region. The agreement, mediated by Qatar, Egypt, and the United States, outlines a phased truce, prisoner exchanges, and the delivery of substantial humanitarian aid to the war-torn Gaza Strip. The announcement comes amid mounting casualties and widespread devastation, with over 46,000 Palestinians reportedly killed and countless others displaced in the besieged territory. In a press conference held in Doha, Qatari Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani confirmed the deal, describing it as a success of joint mediation efforts aimed at achieving peace. The agreement includes a 6-week initial ceasefire phase, during which Israeli forces will begin a gradual withdrawal from Gaza. In exchange, Hamas will release hostages, while Israel will free Palestinian detainees. Additionally, large quantities of humanitarian aid will be sent to Gaza, where survivors endure harsh winter conditions and makeshift shelters amidst the rubble of destroyed communities. The deal comes after months of on-and-off negotiations brokered by Egyptian and Qatari mediators, with backing from the United States. This marks a significant diplomatic effort to de-escalate tensions that have fueled broader instability across the Middle East. The ceasefire agreement also arrives days before the inauguration of U.S. President-elect Donald Trump, signaling international urgency to stabilize the region. Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar is reportedly cutting short his European visit to participate in security cabinet discussions and government votes on the agreement. These votes are expected to take place within the next 24 hours, potentially accelerating the implementation of the truce. However, skepticism remains as both sides have a history of fragile ceasefires that have collapsed under renewed hostilities. The conflict erupted in October 2023, when Hamas-led gunmen launched a surprise attack, killing 1,200 Israelis and abducting over 250 hostages. The ensuing Israeli military campaign devastated Gaza, reducing much of the territory to rubble. The ceasefire, if upheld, could provide a lifeline for civilians and offer a glimmer of hope for a region desperate for peace.
I don't see it as, I don't look at it as they're releasing terrorists. I look at we're getting back our brothers and sisters, our family.
I feel like it's amazing that we've been all davening so hard for this here in America, across the world, and to know that our tefillah will be answered is amazing. I'm a teacher, my students, this is what we've been all davening for over the last year plus. I think it's hard as, to judge what we're giving up to get our hostages back, but it's hard to know that these Palestinians are going to be released and terrorists are going to be released, but at the same time, how can I judge when it's not my family member? I mean, it's my family member in terms of as a nation, but it's not these parents and grandparents and mothers and fathers are suffering right now without their children, or knowing if they're dead or alive, and even if they're dead, to not have that nechama of being able to give them a proper burial. I understand why they want to do this, even if, is it the best thing? It's definitely not the best thing, but I don't know that we have another choice right now.
It's a very complicated situation, but first of all, I think that it's very exciting that the hostages are finally coming back home. I do think that the government of Israel is obligated to do the maximum in order to defend its people and bring its hostages back home. And I think that there were many measures that the government could have used in order to bring the hostages home, and they didn't, such as the humanitarian aid that's been going in since the beginning of the war. I truly believe that if we were more aggressive on that specific aspect, then we could have brought back the hostages, all of them, much earlier, and probably saved more lives of hostages and soldiers.